Please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
My name is Lawrence Nixon. My DOC number is 465504.
All right, we got somebody. Lawrence Nixon have anybody?
Yes, somebody with the rest. Lawrence.
No, this says Mason. Says Charles Mason. Sorry about that. We're trying to get Lawrence Nixon. We got you. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you straight, Lawrence.
Yes,
Got
sir.
you right here.
Bring it out.
That's yours. That's me. Go ahead, state your DOC number again for me, Lawrence.
My name is Lawrence Nixon. My DOC number is 465504.
All right, Lawrence, you heard the introductions. We'll have a parole hearing. We'll ask you some questions. You can respond. At the end, you can make a statement. We'll take a vote. Do you understand the process?
Yes, sir.
And we have Ms. Shannon Broussard here to speak at the appropriate time. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Lawrence Nixon, DOC number 465504. You're a third class offender. Parole eligibility date 2/21/2021. Good time 7/7/2035. Full term 2/22/2036. 20-year sentence. Distribution, possession of Schedule 1, 2 counts. Habitual offender, possession of Schedule 2, 2 counts. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
We have habitual offender, distribution of marijuana and cocaine. All right, Mr. Nixon, how old are you?
I'm 48, sir.
How many years have you been in jail in this 20-year sentence?
7 years and 9 months.
You have a GED or high school diploma?
Yes, sir. GED.
You got it. When did you get it?
1993.
Okay. And what grade did you drop out of school in?
11th grade.
Why'd you drop out?
12th grade. Excuse me.
Where'd you go to school?
Jennings High School in Jennings, Louisiana.
Why'd you drop out?
I dropped out of school. I was having problems. I had got my girlfriend pregnant, and it kind of set me to the back, Your Honor.
So did you go to work? Did you start getting in the drug game or what?
No, sir. I ended up going to college. I came to my senses. I went to Pearl River Community College in Poplarville, Mississippi. And from there, I went to Trinity Valley Community College in Athens, Texas, on a basketball scholarship.
So you got 2 years in at Pearl River, and you finished.
No, sir. I was transferred. I transferred from Pearl River to Trinity Valley on a basketball scholarship.
So how much education do you have beyond your GED?
Just the few years that I spent in college.
Did you complete a year in college? Did you complete just a semester in college? Did you what?
2 semesters.
2 semesters.
Yes, sir. In physical
So you
education.
went to PRCC for a semester, and then you went to Trinity for a semester.
Yes, sir.
Then you were done.
Yes, sir.
Then what'd you do?
I went to work.
What kind of work did you do?
I worked at the plants in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Well, so tell me why you in jail? Why you got 20-year sentence? You a drug dealer, a drug user, both? What's going on with you?
Why I'm in prison is because of my immaturity, as I was addicted to fast money. And I was trying to support my family in the wrong way, and I admit that I was wrong.
How many children you have?
3.
You have contact with them?
Yes, sir.
So did you use drugs as well? Or you just sold them?
No, sir. I didn't use drugs, sir.
Nothing? A little marijuana, drinking, nothing?
No, sir.
Nothing. Just sold marijuana, sold cocaine.
Yes, sir.
On the regular.
Yes, sir.
You know, a lot of times it's worse to be a drug dealer than it is to be a drug user. You pushing that all on them young kids. How you feel about that?
I apologize for victimizing those kids in my inappropriate actions. And I regret it, sir. I really do regret it. And I'm sorry. Well, not that I'm sorry. I apologize for all the hurt, pain, and suffering that I have brought to their families and the kids as well.
Well, so tell me what you've been doing since you've been in there. What do you currently do? Are you a trustee or what do you do?
I'm currently enrolled in education, BOTEC, building technology. And prior to that, I accomplished, I have a certificate of IC3 computer literacy. I completed level 1. Also, since my arrival here in 22, I've completed the 100 hours pre-release job development. That's a 3-month course as well. Also, I written a request to the Louisiana Department of Corrections class records, asking what particular class program am I eligible for, and they wrote me back stating Cage Your Age, which I have enrolled and completed that as well. And during the process of that, I also kept writing, asking the chaplain, could I attend the faith-based program? Well, I enrolled in that in January, and since January, I've completed Making Peace with Your Past. That was the 3-month course, as well as the Grace Walk. That was a 3-month course, as well as the Disciples Cross. That's a 3-month course, and the Disciples Personality. That's a 3-month course.
And so you've been there since when, 2022?
Yes, sir. Since October 17th, 2022.
Where were you before that?
At Caldwell Correctional Center. And at every prior facility, it was parish facilities, Your Honor, and they didn't offer the programs that DOC offered, such as when I arrived here at Rayburn, they had the available programs that I've been looking for, and I benefit from them, sir.
Well, have you taken any substance abuse? I mean, obviously you were involved in substance abuse all your life. You've been around it, been in that drug game. Have you taken anything that helped you from a substance abuse standpoint, risk management, substance abuse, living in balance?
I haven't. The only thing they tell me I was eligible for was Cage Your Age. Besides the pre-release, it covers numerous areas of substance abuse, victim awareness in the pre-release 3-month class.
I understand. Wouldn't you think you want to get involved in some type of substance abuse, being a dealer? Would you would learn something, some information about that, maybe?
Well, I've learned my addiction was fast money. And I've learned that the fast money life has a price, which is consequently years spent away from my wife, my grandchildren, my parents that deceased during my duration of my incarceration. But I also learned, Your Honor, that when I did work for a living, the only price I had to pay was, of course, taxes and my rent, my car note, and my other responsibilities, but I was free.
No, I get that, but my point is I guess what I'm asking is what do you plan? So what happens when you get out? Because look, in the real world, money's hard. No matter what you're doing, money's hard. So what's going to make you not want to go back to fast money? How am I going to be confident when you leave that after you're going to get out and work 6 months, 8 months, and I believe you're going to work. You're a smart guy. I can hear you. You're going to make a living. You're going to look at your checks and man, the tax, what, man, I can't even hardly make it. And then you revert back to your old ways, to the fast money. I mean, what's going to make me feel good about that?
Well, immediately upon my release, I have a full-time lawful occupation waiting for me. And as a backup plan, if that's not helping me meet my conditions or my responsibilities, then I'll find a part-time job to make ends meet. And
Where
not only
you going to work? Where you say you going to work?
Izzo's Illegal Burritos in Hammond, Louisiana. And also S&W Food Service. I was in 2019, prior to the second district attorney's filing of offenders bill, I was in transitional work release program in Tangible Oil Parish, active working at S&W Food Service. I worked over there for 14 months, and up until the department had filed a bill and had me removed. The owner of S&W is more than welcome to hire me as well. Back, he left me with that information before I was transferred to Caldwell and then to Hunts and then over here.
So S&W wants to hire you back?
Yes, sir. And as well as Tickfall Bucket Place is a bucket place in Tickfall, Louisiana. Them as well, sir.
Yep. Have you talked? That's MKS. Have you talked to them?
MKS, yes, sir. Yes,
So you
sir.
talk to them, and they believe you got a spot. They got a spot for you too. You got a lot of spots, man. A lot of places you got.
Yes, sir. And if that don't work, then I just
Where you gonna live?
With my wife. She presently is watching this here today with me to vouch for that as well, Your Honor. The address is 25426 Highway 43, Apartment 2, Springfield, Louisiana, 70462.
What's Springfield, huh?
Yes, sir.
You gonna try to work somewhere? Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Izzo's is closed.
Mr. Gary, my wife can has the correctness of it, sir, because we forward the employment plan to her to bring to Mr. Gary Bigner, who is the district manager. Now, if it has moved or closed or changed, she has the correctness of that information. Well, I do know this much. Upon my release, all it takes is a phone call for me to appear and I'll begin working.
Just trying to figure out exactly where you're gonna work.
Yes, sir.
The Izzo's, the MKS, or at the S&W. They sound like good places. We'll talk to your wife in a minute. See. All right. Anybody have any questions?
I do. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Ms. Renat. Oh, Ms. Freeman. We'll let Ms. Freeman.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Renat. What is your medical conditions? I see where you had to go to medical a couple times.
Yes, sir. Back in 2019, I suffered with a kidney dysfunction, and one of my kidneys wasn't properly working. So the doctor had prescribed some medicine for me to take, and ever since then, it got my kidney working back normal, and I go to the medical for take blood. They check up on my blood, make sure it's everything is at normal and at par.
Okay. Let me ask you about some previous charges. You had a manslaughter charge. What was that about?
The manslaughter charge was a charge that was NPO, that I was accused of murdering my own cousin after the evidence of them obtaining boards that some witness said they seen me coming in 2 o'clock in the morning with a bag, trash bag, dripping blood, and stating that I told them to put it on the back porch and had them to wash the blood. So I notified forensics comparing their information, stating that it was false. I had no dealings. I don't know nothing about me murdering my own cousin. And after their investigation, everything came back negative and they NPO'd me.
Right, they no prostate. Okay, you have
Yes, sir.
one other charge that was no prostate. I want to ask you about conspiracy to commit forcible rape.
That happened on me and my fiance at the time prior to my wife. It was Lucinda Kagi. We was at the house and there was another person in the house with a female, and he allegedly was having sex with her, and the officers pulled up. Me and Lucinda was outside and they walked around my house. The guy who was in the house with the female walked out the front door and they came out with her. Now, that was her statement stating that the officers had charged us with, but that wasn't true as well, sir. And they NPO'd that as well.
Okay, I have no further.
Ms. Renata?
So, Mr. Nixon, explain again why you said you're not in work release. What happened with the work release assignment?
When I was working at the time, I was working at in Ponchatoula, Louisiana at JMI Talk Service, and I came in from work, and my director, Mr. Charles Burris, had informed me that the state had filed a multiple offenders bill, and with that being said, it had flattened me out on 20 years flat, and
Right, I understand. I got it. I understand.
Yes, ma'am.
And there was some indication that you were moved in and out of work release, possibly due to the medical condition also, but it's because of the multi-bill. Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Warden, would you like to give us a little input?
Yeah, I mean, as far as medically, he has acid reflux, hypertension, and he is a type 2 diabetic. But I mean, all of that seems stable at the time. Like you said, he's only been here since October of 22. No disciplinary issues with him. As you can tell, he is well spoken. And he is in VOTEC in building technology. So, I mean, I don't really know him on a daily basis. But from all accounts, he's been a decent offender here. Can't complain.
All right, thank you, Warden. All right, we'll hear from Ms. Shannon. Would you like to make a statement, Ms. Shannon?
Yes, sir. As far as the ISOs, okay, it is in Covington, Louisiana. And as soon as he is released, all he has to do is report in to Mr. Gary Bigner, and he will go to fill out his application and everything and get his schedule.
Okay, it is closed in Hammond, though, correct?
Yeah, what happened was the lease came up for renewal and they hiked up the rent. And because Izzo's wasn't making enough money and enough profit there, they closed the Hammond store. But he will be going to work at the Covington store on Highway 21. And prior to him going to prison, he was in a lawful occupation. He also attended church with me regularly, which I did not know I was supposed to fax the paperwork or email the paperwork yesterday, but I have a letter from our pastor who married us and what was going on whenever he was our pastor. He was also a part of the neighborhood watch when we lived in Independence. So he was doing right. Whenever me and him got together, he had already started changing his ways. What he was doing back in the past was exactly that, the past. He wasn't doing it any longer. Since he's been there at Rayburn, I have noticed that his attitude went from one way to another way. And he has on several occasions apologized for doing what he has done because it has kept him away from me. And as far as not making enough money, I work a full-time job. So actually, with my money and his money put together, there is no reason for him to go back to that lifestyle. Plus, I am also a full-time student at Liberty University. I am a major in psychology. I am going to be an addictions recovery counselor when I graduate I have 4 more years to go.
All right, great. All right, thank you. Thank you for your comment. All right. Mr. Lawrence, would you like to make a statement on your behalf?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I realized I made a mistake. I was wrong, and I apologize to the courts for not honoring the law at the time. I apologize for all the hurt, pain, and suffering I had brought to those informed children and all those who looked up to me as a role model in my community. Sir, I come from a godly family and as well as a sports person. And one of my plans upon my release is to be an outreach to those children who are without a father role model.
All right. How much longer does he have more in that class that he's in currently, the program that he's in?
How long have you been in North Tech?
1 semester.
How long is that?
As a semester is, I've been in there since June, and the last class is December the 7th.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds and I'll find exactly how much longer. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. Okay, so you and tell me that class again, that one you're in right now.
It's building technology of North Shore Community College. And it's a 2.5-year course.
And you got a couple months left?
Yes, sir. And no, I have as for the first semester, I have like a week or 2 left. But for the entirety, it's like 2 years. And my director mentioned that he knows I'm here present today, that when the board grants you parole, that I could have everything transferred and I could continue from the outside.
So you've just been in a semester then. You still got a year and a half
He's got
left.
3 more semesters. That's what I thought. I just wanted to confirm.
3 more semesters total.
Yeah, another year and a half.
And you'll have a degree, and you said you can take that on the outside as well?
Yes, sir.
Where would you take that at?
At any technical school in Hammond, Louisiana, anyone nearby, as long as it's the North Shore.
Yeah, North Shore Technical. He would be able to fall in.
Right there.
Greensburg, Hammond.
Okay. All right, Pam, prepare to vote. All right. Mr. Nixon, sounds like you're heading in the right direction. I'm concerned about your past. Your past is your past. I'm concerned about the fact that you hadn't taken really any substance abuse. I think that's something you need to be involved in. But you know, you have a good disciplinary situation. Looks like you've been doing really well there. You got a few more weeks or month or whatever in the current semester you're in. I'm gonna give you a shot. I'm gonna give you a shot of grant you parole. I want you to complete your semester. So you got to complete your semester. And after you released, I want you to have a curfew from 9 p to 6 a. Unless you're working,
Yes, sir.
I want you to maintain full-time employment. I want you to take living in balance on the street. Okay?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna send it to you in writing.
Yeah, we're gonna put it all in writing.
You don't have- We'll get a
We'll
copy.
get it all to you. I want you to, go to NA and AA 2 times a week.
Yes, sir.
And I would like for you to continue your North Shore Technology program. I mean, I'd like for you to get with Hammond or Greensburg somewhere and finish that out. 3 more semesters, the warden said. So you ought to be able to knock that out.
Yes, sir. That's my goal. Yes, sir.
And that's my vote. Just one vote.
Thanks.
Ms. Renata?
Mr. Nixon, I do agree with Mr. Kelsey. You have a good prison record. And I agree with all the special conditions. I would add one. You're a basketball player. You're full of sports. So I would like you to do somehow, after you've been out for 60 days, start doing community service work, teaching kids how to play basketball.
That's one of my plans, Your Honor.
4 hours a month. So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
do that 4 hours a month. You can get with your church family, figure out how to do that. Good luck.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks.
Okay, Mr. Nixon, there's no doubt that you're an educated fella, and so that means you know right from wrong.
Yes, sir.
Habitual last time, you get another felony, I don't look for you to have this opportunity to get out again. You'll probably do the rest of your life in prison.
I'm
So,
aware of that, Your Honor.
okay, well, my vote is gonna be to grant also. I agree with the curfew and the special conditions. I'll cut mine back to 2 AA meetings a week for the first 6 months. Cause I want you to see what you're doing to the other people, even if you're not doing drugs. I want you to see what impact you've had on other lives. And
Yes, sir.
Do it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go with you.
That's right. All right, we're gonna, 3 grants votes to grant your parole. You're gonna have a curfew 9 P to 6 A full-time employment. You'll take living in balance. You're gonna do NAA 2 times a week until, you're not gonna do it the first 6 months. You're gonna do it. You need to be involved and be exposed to that and know what you've done to folks. And you'll have, you'll continue your current North Shore Technical College program, and you'll have 4 hours of community service trying to give back to kids at basketball or some kind of at-risk youth. Okay, you understand the stipulations, and we'll get them to you.
I
This is your
certainly
last chance. We're giving you a shot. It's your last chance here. So 3 votes granted, parole's been granted. Good luck to you.
Thanks very much, Your Honor.